Good morning, guys. Your boy TOJ. Look at my house in the background. That's my house. um, I'm out in front of my house, and before I leave to go to work, I'm gonna do a video response to Walter Lee Hampton, who done 2 videos so far on Dr. Sebi, and just I'm not gonna say disrespecting, but insulting the work of Dr. Sebi, saying that who has Dr. Sebi cured of AIDS, and I contacted 3 people who was treated by Dr. Sebi. It took me a week to find these people. And I called 561-294-7659. That's, I think, Dr. Sebi's wife, her contact information. And somebody contacted me back. It's not her personal cell phone number, but one of the consultants, or you want to call them, contacted me back. And they gave me a damn good answer to why you can't find somebody who's been cured by Dr. Sebi for AIDS. It's because legally they can't say the word cure anymore. They can say I addressed it or we treated it, but you can't legally say the word cured because the medical industry that runs the law, that runs the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, are all connected. And they're also connected with the Department of Agriculture. Now, put a sock in that, and we'll come back to that later on. Okay, and let's jump into the only way you can find somebody who's been cured of any disease by Dr. Sebi or his wife is if they come forward and legally make a claim, or like a YouTube video, like when TLC, Lisa Left Eye Lopez came out and said she was treated for something. And she had been going around to making the rounds, going to churches and going to seminars and speaking and saying that Dr. Sebi helped cure her of something. I forgot what it was. And Grace Rwanda, who is Michael Jackson's old babysitter, she testified on behalf of Dr. Sebi back in 1987. I think the judge is dead, but I tried to contact people in court, and they also said because the testimonials are sealed, because these are people who can't give their name during testimony. They can say I'm witness number 1 or witness number 2. I was cured of, I don't know, rheumatoid arthritis, and I give you my word, this happened. Those people didn't give their names during their testimonies. Now, what one of the consultants told me that made sense was that she said, think about it. Let's say if you are somebody who had AIDS at one point, me talking, and I was cured of AIDS. There was no, antivirals in my blood, or whatever you want to call it, antibodies or whatever. And a real white doctor from a hospital said, yeah, you're cured. You have no more AIDS. We don't know how the fuck where it went, but it's cured. Now, mind you, if I never said that Dr. Sebi had anything to do with it, and I did go to a hospital and found out that AIDS was gone and it's not in my system, they can't find it. Once I go back to the public and tell all my family, all my friends, guess what? My AIDS is gone. Ain't nobody gonna believe me. And number 2, ain't nobody gonna ever have sex with me again. Even if I say the AIDS is gone, the fact that I had it at one point in my life, that stigma will never go away. So all the people, and then once you say that, Dr. Sebi did it, and it didn't come from, Pfizer or GlaxoSmithKline or some white company, ain't nobody gonna believe I'm still cured of AIDS. And even if I show them the paperwork that I don't have AIDS no more, they're not gonna believe me. They're gonna say, man, please, bro, I don't believe that shit. It's gonna be dormant and it's gonna come right back. So apparently you can't really, like say you're cured unless, like somebody put you on TV before Congress and say, yes, I was cured of AIDS by this, this company, Pfizer, they cured me of AIDS. Because then that would mean that Pfizer would have to go to Africa and all these other third world countries and get AIDS, and cure all those other folks of AIDS. So with that being said, only if one of the protected clients, because it is legally a doctor-client privilege with Mrs. Dr. Sebi, that it's a confidentiality agreement. But more importantly, you can't have AIDS in your life to a point where you're about to die tomorrow and then go looking for treatment. You have to almost, with everything, even with white people hospital, they always tell you, catch it early. You have cancer, catch it early. But 90% of your diseases come from your environment and inside your guts, your actual fucking stomach. Processed foods, McDonald's every day, and some diseases you do get them, sexually transmitted or what have you. But the basic, just diseases and all, you have to live a healthy lifestyle. Put the soft drinks down. Drink you a ton of alkaline water. Drink you some water. If you can't afford or find alkaline water, you put some lemon juice. I have a little kind of jug thing that I bought from Kmart or Walmart or somewhere. One of my girlfriends bought me this little jug thing. A full gallon jug. You know how you make your own pitcher of iced tea? Like one of them kind of jugs. And I fill it with, I got like a little concoction I drink every morning. But I can only tolerate the taste, freezing cold. I drink, or hot. I can't drink it like, regular room temperature. I drink apple cider vinegar, stevia, like the fake sugar, apple cider vinegar, stevia, some pineapple juice. I put honey in it. I put turmeric. I put ginger, and I drink like a little cup of it every morning. Apple cider vinegar is amazing for your stomach, amazing for your blood. It cleans your body out, all the toxins, and it's a body detox. And I used to own, before Hurricane Katrina down here in New Orleans, I used to own a Botanica, and one of my cousins used to own an apothecary. So I know when the herbalists, give this medicine, this shit is real, because all the white doctors, all the pharmaceutical companies, they do the exact same thing. They take all the active ingredients from plants, put a stamp on it, name it something. You know what I'm saying? Now everything is a drug. Cocaine is really a drug. That's why they call it selling drugs. Opium, heroin, all that shit is dope. And unfortunately, are side effects. So when you say I'm taking Truvada, or I'm taking PrEP, whatever the HIV drug is, all these companies, all these pharmaceutical companies are influencing the research that comes, out from the medical industry. So of course, you're gonna, and I'm gonna prove to you that all this shit is a setup. Every time you see somebody taking regular drugs, you'll start noticing that a year and a half later or 2 years later, after they made 40 billion, you see the commercials. Have you or anyone in your family, I used to do voiceover work on the radio. Have you or anyone from your family been a victim of, I don't know, fin, and, died of a heart attack? You and your family may be, compensated or some shit like that. And you see those commercials. Oh, the side effects include a greasy asshole, blood bleed from your ears and anus, but you will have no headache for a week, or some kind of crazy shit like that. All those medicines, man. Montel Williams, the TV guy, Montel Williams was taking something. I forgot what it was. Whatever it was, the doctors gave him some kind of concoction for some arthritis pain he was having. And he said it shut his kidney. It almost shut his kidneys down. He said he was pissing blood down there. And Montel Williams said, fuck that shit, bro. I want to live. So Montel Williams started smoking weed and taking some kind of hemp extract. And it works amazingly. So a lot of times when you see certain states fighting against weed or all these herbs and that can cure HIV or what have you, it's because the medical industry have lobbyists who go to every state and fight against making all that shit legalized. That's why they criminalize marijuana, not because weed is making niggas drive off a cliff. I got friends that smoke weed on a damn near sun up, sun down, and they normal do. They lazy as a motherfucker, but they was lazy before they started smoking weed. Come on, man. I don't insult research like that. But like I said, Charlie Sheen also went to Mexico. I don't think Charlie Sheen met the exact same doctor that Dr. Sebi worked with, but Dr. Sebi learned a lot of what he knows from somebody in Mexico. And Charlie Sheen went on Dr. Oz, and he was like basically saying, he's undetectable right now from HIV, from some kind of weird concoction that that he took in Mexico. I'm not saying that Charlie Sheen is healed, but since he's white, yeah, I guess it sounds more valid because he's undetectable of HIV. I don't think he had full-blown AIDS. I don't recall if Charlie Sheen had AIDS. If he did, then apparently he ain't got AIDS no more. But legally, you know, he said he I don't think he said he's cured. He just is undetectable. So I don't disrespect the memory of Dr. Sebi. And I'm glad that Nick Cannon is picking up from where Nipsey Hussle left off from, you know. But yes, there's a lot of people that are herbalists who have, you know, happy clients. There's a guy who I used to order detox products from called Dahudi Ma'atra. He's in California, and I think it's called D Herbs Products. But Dahudi sell his detox product for women, you know, for their vagina or whatever, to clean their system out. And, you know, it's just one of those things, man. If you're not a herb person who lives a healthy lifestyle, then anything to do with voodoo or black magic or herbs or, you know, all that weird stuff is going to creep you out, because black people especially are scared of other black people. And if a white person don't say it, you know what I'm saying now, then it must be just us talking shit to be adversarial by nature. You know what I'm saying now? And that's not what this is about. I'm not going to disrespect Dr. Sebi, because I grew up in a spiritual household, and I grew up in a household where my mama taught us to think for ourselves and question authority. You have to think for yourself. Think outside the box. I remember hearing stories, you know, and I know it's true, that when you know, on the slave plantations, a lot of those slave masters would get sick. They can't go to sleep at night. They'll get a black child and put their foot on a black kid's back to, you know, cure themselves of some shit. Or they would get, like, you know, the black mamas to breastfeed the kids, and get the same black mama to make them herbal medicine, so they can, you know, they can get rid of the flu or whatever. And the witch doctors, or whatever you want to call them, you know, who was practicing all that medicine back there on the other slaves, they would say, well, come here, you know, mama die, you know, master ain't feeling too good. Go in there and give him something, whatever that voodoo nigga shit y'all cooking up in the backyard. Master wants some of that shit too. He sent the white doctor away and called a black woman in the house to come cure him. Fuck out of here with that. Yes, common sense will say, if you all have AIDS and you're about to die tomorrow, Sebi can't help you. Nobody can help you. If you have cancer right now, you know how they call that shit. You know, you're like, what they call that cancer shit, like stage 8 or stage 4 cancer. Well, you know what I'm saying? You pissing blood, your head and fell out your head. You know, only a miracle can save you. And yes, miracles do happen, just not to everybody. There's a reason there's doctors going to church. If you're a doctor, you believe in science, and you did, you know, the best operation you can. I mean, even Dr. Ben Carson, the world-renowned brain surgeon, he's a fucking nutcase, but Dr. Ben Carson is a man of God. There's many scientists out there who are men of God, who believe in spirituality and herbs and all that kind of good shit, where, you know, to a certain degree, science can help, science will help. But God, spirituality, miracles, kismet, bad luck, all them different words, you know, Oshun, all that shit comes into play. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we are spiritual people. So yes, to some extent, prayer works, prayer helps, but faith without works is dead. And unfortunately, yes, you know, you got to live healthy. Put on a condom, stop doing dope, stop engaging in risky behavior, and fortunately and hopefully, you will not contract HIV, AIDS, or something crazy like that. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, Dr. Sebi went to court and he won his case. And they got some niggas, I was looking in the comment sections, like, oh, Dr. Sebi is full of shit. And a lot of times, there's just people who actually don't, you know, at the end of the day, medicine unfortunately won't work on everybody. You can almost overdo medicine, and and sometimes you can underdo it, if that makes sense, or undo it rather, by not, you know, following the full regimen. That's why there's a such thing called a doctor consultation, because everybody's regimen is completely different. Our blood types are different. Our immune systems are different. That's why you'll see on a white people commercial, individual results may vary, because unfortunately, you know, you might be a lot more hardcore than I am. At 44 years old, I feel great. I can outwork my son. My son is 17 years old, and this nigga hyperactive, and he can't outwork me. I was born for this. Anyway, guys, yeah, so that's it. I looked for some Dr. Sebi cures or whatever, and I found a couple of people. But as far as AIDS or HIV, like I was told, you know, that those people, if they, you know, want to come forward, they can, but it's got to be them coming forward and putting themselves out there to become poked fun at and become guinea pigs and made fun of. And there'll be somebody in the background saying, well, you never had AIDS in the first place. You probably had something else. And then it puts them in a position to where there's a scarlet letter on their head, and then all their future sex partners wouldn't want to fuck with them anyway. Because how would you really know if they're not cured of AIDS if there's no paperwork, to follow up and say, that the AIDS didn't come back. Anyway, guys, hit like, share, and subscribe. Put something ignorant in the comment section or not. Go to theopinionjunkie.com. Also, there's an interview by Dr. Sebi's wife. I'm going to try to put it in the comment section. In the description. Her interview on Sway in the Morning when she's taking phone calls. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to work.